Today, we're gonna go over some funny IT stories that I found online. I know it may seem like a pretty esoteric subject, but I promise I'm gonna try to do my best to explain the jargon and all that stuff for those people that aren't as IT savvy.
Breaking 10 servers.
Oh my god, we're already starting off with something catastrophic. It was a dark Friday night in September, and I had just lit a nice fire in my fireplace, had a nice hot chocolate, and the book. Okay, Edgar Allan Poe. I love how he's setting the scene here. I needed to head to a client now as all of his 10 servers were out and the hotline could not find out why and what to do. As I arrived, I could confirm that indeed all 10 servers were dead, like no light, no nothing. The IT guy was a middle-aged electrical engineer who was very upset and quite angry, and so it took me a little time to find out what happened. Very long story short. Yes, thank you for making it concise, brother. A lot of these stories that I found on Reddit are super long, man. The guy thought it was a good idea to do some firmware updates via the ID rack while no one was there that could complain about the servers rebooting. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, ID rack is basically Dell's version of ILO. If you don't know what ILO is, it's basically a way to remote into HP servers when they're down. ID rack is the same thing, but for Dell. Anyways, let's keep going. That is indeed a valid reason to do this on all servers at once on a Friday evening, so he clicked on update all and went to do other stuff. Then he did a little more, and then he did something else. He told me all he did in excruciating detail. Nothing he did had anything to do with the servers, but he could not be stopped. As the servers were still updating, he then went out to have a smoke. As he returned, the servers were offline and he was not able to connect to the devices. So he obviously did what any responsible user would do. He tried to power cycle the devices, each and every one of the poor things, the hard way by cutting the power to the enclosure. Oh my god. Dude, this is like coming across a fire and then the guy finds a can of gasoline on the side and he thinks that just because it's a liquid, it's gonna extinguish the fire. When you're updating servers, especially if they haven't been updated in a while, they take a long time to boot back up. It's totally normal to wait an hour, maybe 2 hours before those servers come back up. Please do not power cycle the servers or anything while it's doing the updates. Just let it do its thing. This is the exact moment he learned that power supplies have a BIOS too. Power supplies have a BIOS? He also learned that the BIOS can be updated. He learned that when this happens, everything else shuts down. He learned that an update on a power supply is a very slow thing. And he learned that cutting the power to a power supply that is updating instantly kills the poor little thing. Well, I ordered 20 new power supplies. Installing them revived all the servers. I did not know that power supplies had a BIOS. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it's not something that I actively thought of. It looks like somebody else didn't even know that the power supply had a BIOS too. You learn something new every day, dude. CEO leaked, I'm getting laid off. Hello.
Hello there.
The CEO at my job replied to an email with me accidentally CC'd to the company lawyer this morning with a list of folks for separation agreements. They will begin preparing the drafts today and meet tomorrow. I assume I'm getting laid off Friday. Imagine you feel like you have so much stability in your job. You recently put a down payment for a new car or even a house. And then you get to work one morning, you're checking your emails and you see that the CEO mistakenly CC'd you in an email where he's saying that he's gonna lay you off. This is horrible. I plan on taking PTO tomorrow, but how should I address this if I bump into the CEO today? Dude, don't say anything. Just stay quiet. Nothing good is gonna come from you telling them that you saw the email. Just let them do their thing. Pretend like you didn't see the email. And if you get laid off, at least you'll have a severance.
Always look on the light side of life.
I've never been in this situation before. I'm currently sending out applications on Indeed and trying to stay positive. I could use some professional help if anyone wants to review my resume. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. Just did an interview. IT director told me DHCP was not a protocol. It's literally in the name. Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. For those of you that don't know, DHCP is basically the protocol that assigns IP addresses to the devices on a network. The question was, what is DHCP? I answered it was an internet protocol and explained the whole thing. I mean, I am pretty sure of what I said. The guy told me it was not a protocol. He also said many people are wrong on this subject. Is he right? What do you do in that situation? Like, it's a lose-lose. If you correct the guy, you're gonna seem like a know-it-all. And if you don't correct him and he's just testing you, you're just gonna seem dumb because you're not gonna know something so simple. I can imagine that when the interviewer said that DHCP isn't a protocol, the guy that was interviewing was just there like, most project managers, they don't completely understand every minute detail of everything that occurs in the project, right? That's what you hire people that are more competent than you for. But if you're going to be an IT director, at least have the most minute modicum of critical thinking to realize that the word protocol is in the actual name. Come on, it's something so simple. You'll love this one. Previous IT manager said he was having issues printing. I asked if he could ping it. He didn't know what the ping was or how to do it. That's even worse than the DHCP one. It's the most basic thing in IT. That is actually sad. I'm gonna get fired, aren't I? Such a foreboding title. I just finished my first week in my new IT job. I believe I was solely hired because of my customer service and communication skills, and I appeared self-assured and keen in the industry during the interview. I now realize just how lost I am. My mind genuinely goes blank whenever I see my colleagues supporting users and logging tickets. I try to take in as much info as I can, and I study hard before and after work to try to catch up, but I still become more and more lost each time. Mentally, I'm already an unemployed bum again, and I've spent the rest of my days applying for other jobs. Still love the industry, but I'm just so afraid and scared. The pressure is so much, and I fear my colleagues have already noticed the cracks forming. Dude, it's completely normal. This isn't even an IT thing. Like in any job, you're always gonna have that imposter syndrome because you just don't know what everybody else that has been there for years already knows. When you're starting in help desk, if you're working for an MSP, your clients, they're in different industries, they're not going to be using the same softwares, and you have to become affiliated with those softwares, right? You have to learn them. It's not something that a hiring manager takes you in as an IT help desk and he's already expecting you to know everything about the solutions that they're using. It's completely normal to feel this way. Trust. Now, if it's 3 years already and you still don't know jack, okay, then you have another problem. Not really much I could tell you there. I can imagine him like the user asks him something super simple like, I don't know, can you clear my cache or something like that? And then inside the guy's brain, it's just like SpongeBob in that episode where the office is burning down. We've all been there, bro. 1 ringy dingy, 2 ringy dingy. Okay. This probably has something to do with phones. User submitted a ticket for a problem with their desk phone, so I swapped out the unit and closed the ticket. Later in the day, they reopened the ticket with a note saying that since the phone had been replaced, they could not hear it ring. Head back to their office to see what's going on. What's your phone number? Rattle off the phone number. Dial phone number with my cell phone. Phone rings. You can't hear that? Oh, it's a different ringtone. I didn't know where it was coming from. There's no way. It's like your phone has marimba. And then your friend's phone has, but you can't hear your friend's phone because you're so used to your ringtone that no other sound even registers if it's not marimba. You've got the only phone and the only desk in the room. The entire hallway is empty. Yeah, well, and the lights are flashing. What? Just go away. I'll talk to your boss about your attitude. So she felt dumb about being called out on not being able to hear the phone, but then she turns it back on him and says, I'll talk to your boss about your attitude. Man, that is so annoying, dude. So yeah, those are just a couple funny stories I found and I wanted to share with you. There's probably going to be more of these coming in the future because I had a lot of fun doing it. If you enjoyed the content too, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot and it helps me grow the channel. That's pretty much it. Peace out.